Testing. All right. Okay. The NVIDIA RTX voice. So if you like the sound quality, you can attribute it to the microphone and then NVIDIA RTX voice for cleaning it up. So if it's one of the, I mean, I guess you could run it. Could you run it on a GTX card? That's the question. Can you run RTX voice on a GTX card? Because this is the whole, if you're into the graphics card world, there's this whole, I don't want to, there's so many channels that have covered it. That's where I learned about it. The uproar over the RTX, the NVIDIA RTX series, and whether the cards delivered any kind of performance. Now, this is my first RTX card model that I get to use, and it's in this laptop that you can see, and that was one of the reasons I got the laptop. I mean, I heard the hype. That's what it was. And I mean, it was the latest one, and having Nvidia's built trust over the years of having like the premium card. So if you can get an Nvidia card, then generally the experience is believed to be better. I mean, I've used both AMD cards and Nvidia cards. I guess the Nvidia is better. I mean, I don't know over long periods of time. I'm just having trouble right now with an AMD card, but it may be the power unit or something else. But either way, the NVIDIA, so this was a software that I found, and if you have the RTX and use the software, then great. But if you don't and you do any kind of recording, maybe you should give it a try. I've had pretty good experience, but if you're listening to this video, then you know it's a simple software app that runs off of the RTX graphics card, and it apparently removes background noise from my microphone. So if you set it up with OBS, you can record the screen, and then you can set your microphone as NVIDIA RTX voice, and then just make sure that in RTX voice, which you could load up from start, Windows S, type in RTX, and it loads up. And if you don't have it on your computer, then you just do as you do, NVIDIA RTX voice setup guide, app configuration. Is there a download link? About RTX voice requirements. So you maybe download the app. Okay. So I could put this link, I guess, on the video. I'll put this link down in the video if you don't want to skip through all that. And then you install it, and then you configure it, and it should clean it up. It's really, here's the best, test. How do you benchmark sound? Well, you put it into practical use. So if you like the sound of it and you have an RTX card or even a GTX card, if you have a GTX card, I'd be interested to know if it works. So if you have it and you use it and it works and you like it, leave a comment and tell, or if you didn't like it, if it made your sound worse. I don't know. I don't know. I could just say, so this is running on a 2060, an RTX 2060 mobile, and it's this microphone that you could see in the bottom corner of the screen. You can see that's what it's set at, and this is what it sounds like. So let's get into the video for today. So this was in the background. Jeff Wittick, and you can see this in my watch history of this channel that you're watching from. So I landed, this is how I wanted to pose this video. It's like a pitch show. I'm not sure which show I would want to do on YouTube. That's why I'm putting these videos on my personal channel where I could just, if somebody likes something or if it gets picked up in the algorithm, then I can build a channel or something off that. But I mean, how do you really know until you put it out there? So one of the shows would be I pitch shows. So the show's name would be Rabbit Hole, down the rabbit hole, and we'll go into different rabbit holes. The as the phrase says, if you're not aware of the rabbit hole, a rabbit hole practically is like a deep underground hole dug by a rabbit, right? Rabbits dig holes. Do rabbits even dig holes? Rabbit holes. A rabbit's burrow. Okay, there we go. See, now we're going down the rabbit hole of rabbit holes, which I think would be appropriate for the first episode. So, rabbit burrow is an underground system of tunnels which run in several directions and contain nesting area, runs, and emergency exits. Its rabbits are social animals and often live in a small group. It's not uncommon to find a group of rabbit holes or burrows linked together in a small area. So that's the real life thing, right? Somebody saw these rabbits and they're doing rabbits are like ants on we're all we're all like ants just on different macro levels. Like there's a mushroom or something, which is a mushroom colony which apparently expands. Am I recording? Holy crap. Yeah, I'm recording. Which apparently expands hundreds of square miles and it's all one consciousness. This may or may not be true, but the story is. Let's just always frame it as the story is. You can verify the story yourself. See, the story doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be completely factual. But so that in essence is, and it's at the microscopic level. It's at the level of like mushrooms. The 1,000 square mile mush. The largest organism on Earth is a fungus. Scientific American. There you go. The blue whale is big, but nowhere near as huge as a sprawling fungus in eastern Oregon. Oh boy. Next time you purchase white brown mushrooms at the grocery store, just remember they may be cute and bite sized, but they have a relative out west that occupies some 2,300 acres, 965 hectares of soil in Oregon. 3 square miles. Okay. Put another way, this humongous fungus would encompass 1,600 football fields, or nearly 4 square miles, right? 3.72. Okay. Of turf. The discovery of this great armadillo in 99 heralded a new record. Okay, so you could go see this article. I could put this link in the description as well. Could be as ancient as 800 and 650 years. So what's interesting about that is if you were to calculate the two numbers and you wanted like a raw score, how would you benchmark the largest human organism? Well, you could benchmark. This is where integrated calculus comes in, because now you have two dimensions. Your integrated calculus essentially allows you to measure the area under a infinitely complex curved surface. So to varying degrees of accuracy depending on your processing power. So the area of it's just under 4 square miles based on this article, the story of this article. And if we take the story of this article, this fungus has occupied that amount of area or less. It changes over time, of 8,650 years. So if you multiply 3.72 square miles by 8,650 years, that gives you a area of space-time, which would be pretty massive. I mean, what would be the human equivalent? And you wouldn't need just square miles. You really want the volume. Like, how deep does it go? And that's really where rabbit burrows come in. And how deep does it go? So we just went down the rabbit hole of, let's see, are we around of, so this would be the first episode of the rabbit hole. And check out the next episode where we go down the rabbit hole of something else. Thanks for watching. This video has no sponsor, just this channel. This channel is the sponsor. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, or whatever the kids do nowadays on the YouTubes.